Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Kubernetes. Kubernetes is developed by Google and it is an open source platform that automates container operations. It eliminates many of the manual processes involved in deploying and scaling containerized applications. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Kubernetes will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best, and start today.
Okay, so now if you look at this here, we are going to do the CRUD. This rule, please remember all the time. We are going to do CRUD with the pod. Okay, so now I'm going to create a pod. So what we do in this case, so can we create a pod? So here it is. So can we create a pod? Unfortunately, I don't know if I remember any commands to create a pod. So if I don't know the command, so what we do in this case, so we should seek out the help. But how to seek out the help? So we will write kubectl, enter, and here if you see, they are saying if you want the help, use a hyphen help. Okay, so fine, I want to create a pod, so of course I will use the create command. Okay, and then I will seek the help. So kubectl create hyphen help. Okay, so now I got this so many options here. I should read it one by one, but these are the available commands. So look at this here. Can I create a pod? Is there any possibilities here? Do we have any create command to create a pod? These are the create available commands.
Pod disrupt. No.
That's a different thing. No, I said pod, not pod disruption budget. So do you have any? See, you can create a job namespace, which I showed you yesterday, right? You can create a role, secret, service. You can create many things. You can create a deployment also, but pod is not available, right? Pod is not available, right? So for that, what do we do? If the command is not available, should we leave it? No, there's one more option, right? YAML, right? So we should try creating any objects through YAML. Okay, so now let's go through YAML file. Now I'm going to copy it from the previous notes and I'll just paste it. Look at this. I'm just copying in the notes also. Here it is. Now, two things you know that very well. Okay. Kind is equal to pod. Version is this one. So pod, how do we know this? You already have. Let me close remaining windows, confusing me unnecessarily. Okay. So how do we know that kind is pod or not? So kubectl and kubectl API resources, and here I got to know pod somewhere here. Kind is equal to pod, p capital. So kind is equal to correct. It's a pod. Kind is equal to pod, pod capital. But what is a version? So anything which is not having any group, that is will be having version. So here versions, and here v1. So it's a v1. So now you got this one. Now what is the specification? Metadata. So metadata is like a name of the pod, which is here, and you can label it whatever you want. This label, importance of label, I'll talk about a little bit later, but for time being this name is important. Okay, so hello pod, and this is Rajesh. Okay, name of the pod I'm putting Rajesh. Okay, now what is a spec? Pod has a container, remember? So pod has a container. So pod specification is container CS. That means multiple container is there. This is the one container. You can have a 2 container, you can have 3 container as you want it. Right now only one container. What is the container name? Hello CTR. What is the image from this one running on 80 port? So this is the pod specification. This is the YAML file, and again you sent in the YAML through kubectl, but automatically kubectl will convert into JSON and use it. Okay, got it? Understood this?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
now I'll explain you.
Rajesh, I have a doubt here. So this Nginx image, it will be pulled currently from this Docker public repo, right? Registry.
Yes, always default repo of Docker is dockerhub.com, hub.docker.com.
Okay, and we can change it to a private registry also.
Yes, if you change that, if you have, let's say, Artifactory address, you can put it like this, something like this.
Okay, so multiple repositories also we can use for different images. Okay.
You can change the Docker's default registry also, or you can give the full path of the registry. It will take it up. Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
So here, this is a image. Now I'm going to copy inside my pod.yaml, pod1.yaml, because I need so many pods. So I'm going to name it so all of my files can be stored and committed, so you can get it as a reference also. So kubectl. Now I got it here, kubectl, and again create. Now here f means file name, and pod.yaml. Okay, there's spelling mistake in the kubectl, and you see here get pods. Now you see it's creating. Now pod is being created. Okay, so now if you want to see the pods, now it's running. See, one container is there in that pod. This is the pod. Now this is running. Pod is running right now. Remember? So here I created a pod. Can I create one more pod from this? What is that? Can you please read this?
Already Rajesh is already existing the name.
But where? So let me tell you, if you do not specify, remember I told you pod is a part of the namespace true.
In the
That
pod
means if you do not specify that default namespace would be your
Default.
See here,
By default, go on create default location.
so default, if you do not specify the namespace, it will be default. Okay, always careful where you want to create it. And one more thing,
Yes.
the pod name is unique to the same name. You cannot create with the same name. So can I create this one in the QA environment? See here, QA namespace. So here I will create, see here, -n is equal to QA. And now I created. Can I recreate it one more time in QA? See, so that means name is unique across the namespace. You cannot create it with a duplicate name. So you have to mind it, this one. So guys, I created 2 pod. How can I see that all the pods created is done? Edit get pods -- on all namespaces. And here, see here, I've got the 2 pod. One pod is hello pod Rajesh, and somewhere another one is hello pod Rajesh. Okay, so I got the 1 pod. It's wonderful. I got this 1 pod. Now next thing is I created I read it. Can I edit or update whatever it is? Can I do that? So there's a command line, two option is there. For command line, if you want to edit, then you have to use edit command. And if you want to modify this command through YAML, then you have to use apply command. Okay, understand this way. So can I do the first two command line? So command line, when you edit directly, you are modifying the API server. Okay, remember that. Okay, so I'm modifying this, the get pods. This is the one. So kubectl edit what pod, which pod, this pod, where it is in a QA namespace. Okay, so I'm editing now. Now you can change many things here. You can change like labels, you can change app server to app server, web server to one, and you can change the image also, by the way, but I'm not changing right now. Okay, not complicating everything at a time. Okay, so in few things you can change it and then save it. That's all. And you see here I got edited. Okay, but if you modify without edited, it say no changes made. You see here, no changes made. So this is the way I edited this. But what about if you want to see that, right, the pod? So there's one more command which is there, which you can use it for that. Describe. See, one more command I am adding here in your list. Describe. So can I get first pod? So get pod -n is equal to QA. I'm seeing the QA one. Okay, and can I describe this? So kubectl describe pod and name of the pod and the namespace -n is equal to QA. Guys, there's a ways to embed this namespace, your default namespace. Many ways are there, but I don't want you to automate everything at a one go. Slowly, first you get irritated and then you talk about the automation. So you have to try now these all commands, learn, get used to it, and then talk about the automation. So see here, there is a labels should be, where is that label? Here it is. So I edited, label is modified. Now what I'm doing, I'm just modifying this time through the YAML file, and here I'll make it label 2 and save it. What should I do? kubectl apply this time -f pod1.yaml. Oh, I by mistake I did where, you know, where did I make the changes?
In default namespace.
Default. Yeah, please do not work. You have to create your own namespaces. Don't work in the default namespaces. Okay, please understand. So I did this QA. Can I see that now? Describe. See here. Go up. See web server 2. So here, this is the way you can also describe the object and you can get that object, and same time you can edit and you can apply. So see here, I did the same thing and nothing great. I did the CRUD operation, and finally I will delete. I can delete through the command line also. I can delete through YAML file also. So let me do that because the name is same. So first I'll delete from the kubectl delete. First I need to get a name, right? Get pod. So kubectl delete pod, which pod is from the default. Okay, and you see here I deleted this pod. Okay, now can I delete through file? So delete -f pod1.yaml, and this is a namespace which is a QA, and deleted that one also. So guys, this is the way you can delete through the command line and YAML file. Both you can do that. Did you understand this? CRUD operations altogether. It's not very difficult. Correct? So now these are the commands I run for you to understand all of it. Now you must be having one question in your mind. Okay, fine, I created a pod, that's okay, but how can you use it? How can you use it? So that's the second question. How can we use it? How can we use it? Now if you have gone through my Docker session, definitely you will not be having that question in the mind, but still I'm going to cover. So now we will learn few more commands actually, how to use the pod, how to use it instead of I'll replace pod, how to use pod. So guys, either you go one method, you go inside a pod, or access from outside. Simple. This is what you do. Whenever you run any applications, either you go inside that machine where the application is running, or you access for application from outside. Simple. Nothing else you can do that. Okay, so both the things we will do that. So here, let me see how can you go inside. Let me tell you guys here, pod is a logical unit. It's not a physical unit you can go inside. You cannot go inside a pod because pod is a wrapper. You cannot. Pod is just a wrapper. You cannot experience. It's like this. It's like it's a funny thing, but it's like this. Wind, you can experience it, but you cannot touch it. Maybe it's touching. You can touch it also. I don't know. Okay. So it's like this. So pod is it's like you can experience. You can use the pod, but you cannot experience. You cannot work with the pod. Okay. So what you can work with inside a pod, you have a container. That's a physical entity. That is a physical entity because that's where the application is running. Not pod is not running your application. Pod is just collecting the containers and creating a group of containers and labeling with some of the namespaces, resources, network, this, that, and all, and then making it possible for the Kubernetes to manage it. Okay, so I cannot go inside the pod. Correction needed. You can go inside the container. So now the question is, how can I go inside the container? So guys, anyone have an answer for this? How can I go inside the container?
Docker exec -it the Docker container name. We have to pick it up.
Yeah, one more. Exec and
execute and
one more.
sell base.
Attach.
No. Attach. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Exec versus attach. So there's a two ways to go inside the container. By the way, guys, these commands we have in the kubectl as well. So kubectl, and here you see exec and attach. See here, exec and attach. Okay, so can I do this? So let me do that here. So now kubectl exec -it, and what is, you can give the pod name. Okay, I forgot the pod name. So get pods -m n is equal to qa. So there's no one, right? I have to create it one more time. So create -f pod1.yaml -n is equal to qa. I created. Now exec and -it pod name. Okay, here you have a pod name, and what you want to do inside this, bin bash. Okay, same thing, whatever you did, just kubectl got replaced. And you see here, what is that? What is the error? I don't know. So it says hello pod Rajesh not found. I created, no, just now.
I think default name.
We
Namespace.
have not mentioned that namespace, no?
Yeah, so please remember that. Yeah, so many times you will buzz me saying that this is the error. So I gave you the solution before your errors only, so you will not ask me these questions. Okay, so remember that. And now what is this? So kubectl, this error, where are you? Where are you?
Inside
Container.
Inside the pod.
I'm inside a pod. Now ts-ef, ts is not there unfortunately. ls, these are the things that are. You're inside a container. Don't, again said, don't make a mistake. You're not inside a pod. We say we are inside a pod, but actually we are inside a container. Okay, this is the one. So come out of it. I am out of this one. So here kubectl get pods, again one more time, get pods -n is equal to qa, and here it is. Can I attach this time? So attach means what? Anyone tell me that attach means what? I forgot that. Attach means what? Attach will do what?
It will attach to
I
that
remember the
Process one.
That will attach to the section of the PID one.
Yes, correct, 100% correct. So yes, so if I do that kubectl, okay, attach and here is nginx, so you will see nginx. Okay, by the way, hold on a second, hold on.
Add a container.
Wait a second. This is the container. I want the IP address. Oh, white. Okay, this container IP address. Duplicate session, one more session. Okay, send to S. I want to see you am a PID one or not. Okay, so look at this here. So here, what I will do: Docker kubectl attach and pod name and attach to this. See, sorry, that's my mistake. QA. And here, where are you right now? Where are you right now?
Inside the container.
Container.
Inside the container, but on what? Nginx. You want to see Nginx experience? Look at this here. Curl. This is the IP address of pod. Okay. This is the IP address. See. One more. See. See. Did you understand this request? Correct. 3 times I did. So this is the attach, guys. This is the attach. So now I got into the containers, or you can say pod, using these commands. So let me store this commands for you to try it out. So yes, if you want to use it, you can use it. So this is the attach and exec. Now guys, now the question is, how do we see the logs of the containers? How do we see the log container? So for that also we have a command pods. So kubectl, enter, go up, see here, describe I covered, attach I covered, exec I covered, and logs. See here, logs. So can you see this logs? Now logs, simple, kubectl and logs, enter. See here, I did the 3 curl, I got the logs, and this is the logs for running the this of it. So this is the logs, so you can check it out, the logs also of the containers. This is the way you can that. This is the logs. Okay, so guys, I see here we tried CRUD operations all again one more time. Describe, we did it for reading that object, individual object. We did exec also, we did attach also, we did the log also. Now I have some more desire. What desire you have? So I have a desire to copy some files from here. This file I want to copy inside the container. You typically you can say pod also, but in reality exactly it's a container. Okay, so I want to copy this file inside the container or pod, whatever you want. So what do we do in this case? So here kubectl, I will check that we have any command for it. Yes, I got the command cp. So I got the commands also. So here what is saying, copying files in directories and to and from. That means you can copy to the containers, you can copy from the containers to the host machine also, not between the containers. That cannot be done. Okay, so cp will work from the host to containers, container to host. That is the thing. But the problem here is I'm not able to recall the exact command. So what do we do? So I will go for kubectl and cp -h, very simple command, and I get a lot of examples, hell lot of examples. You check it out. See what you want. So you want to copy the whole directory, you can try something like this, some other namespace. See here, copy from here to local files to here in the remote pod in a namespace www. You can do this. Okay, you can do this also. Okay, see here, from the remote pod to local machines. You can do this one also. So many examples are given. You can try it out and see if it works. So now can we do this? So what I'm going to do, kubectl pod1.cp, kubectl cp, and this one, and what pod, I forgot the pod name. So pod name is pod. Just a second. Get pod. Just a second, give me 2 seconds, guys.
If you liked our Kubernetes session so far, please enroll for our channel membership $399 plan to get access of all the parts. Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.